Hey, um, I just wanted to come on here and kind of talk about something that I find really interesting, and that's the unconscious. And in relation to things like defense mechanisms from Freud and just the ego, um, the unconscious is kind of the part of your psyche that basically protects your ego from feeling things like trauma, pain, basically anything that can threaten your identity or cause you negative emotions or anything like that. The unconscious mind its job is basically to stop all of that and to kind of protect you. That's how I see it. I see the unconscious as this kind of like almost childlike being, like entity that doesn't quite know what's best for you, but is just trying to help and trying to protect you. And I think it's funny because it's something the unconscious is something that you can see as very negative, especially on first look, because it is the being unconscious is a cause of lots of like stress, and it has loads of negative consequences in the world and in people's lives, like being unconscious and being run by unconscious programs that when you do something and you don't even understand why you're doing it, or you're stuck in a pattern and you don't even know why you're stuck in this pattern and why you keep doing this, it's probably an unconscious loop. And I feel like because it can be really destructive, it's really easy to see the unconscious as this kind of like evil, ill-intended kind of thing. But in noticing my own unconscious programs, or some of them at least, I'm still getting there, I kind of I see it as it really is just trying to help you, and in doing what it thinks is best for you, it destroys you. And the unconscious is not bad in and of itself. It just does what it does, and it's there for survival, and it's there to protect your identity and your ego, which help you, exist in the world as a person. And so I guess in like thinking about your shadow and trying to be more conscious, I think it's really important to not shame the shadow, because that's what it's built on, and you can't fight fire with fire. Like, it's just doing what it thinks is best. It's like that quote from the Bible, they know not what they do. What is it? It's like, don't hate them, for they do not know what they do. And I see that as unconsciousness. It's like it doesn't know that it doesn't. I'm talking about it like it's a thing, or like a entity, which I don't know. That's how I'm seeing it. But yeah, I think it's important to not, because I mean, you can see it in any way you want. Like, you know, it's doing a job, it's doing a function, and you can see it in whatever way you want. But I think in every situation, you can see it positively. Like, I do genuinely think that there is good in, you can see good in pretty much anything. It all just depends on like where you're looking from. And yeah, I guess it's kind of related to my own experience with my own unconscious, because, you know, I was run by emotional programs for a while in my childhood, and I genuinely just had no idea what was going on. Like, I wasn't conscious of what I was doing, of why I was doing it, of what was happening to me. Like, I just reacted to things, and like I wasn't really in control. And I guess you could see that like I was a bad person, and now I'm a good person because I don't emotionally react to things as much. But I really don't see it like that. I just see it as I was more identified with my unconscious, or I was more run by my unconscious back then. And I didn't want to, I guess, I mean, it's partly because I was young and I just didn't understand stuff, but I think a part of it was also, it shows up when like you lie to yourself, and you know, you don't want to look at a certain part of yourself, or you don't want to think about a certain thing that you know is there and has been there for a while, but you just don't want to think about it. And it's in looking away and in ignorance that I think the unconscious thrives. And you know, it is at the end of the day like a survival mechanism, and your brain is evolved to be a good functioner in the world and to do things. It's not evolved to be emotionally regulated, and it's not evolved to be happy even, I would say. But that's something that you've got to do yourself, and that you've got to try and develop in your life. And one of those ways is seeing beauty in all sorts of things, even the bad things. Yeah, I don't really know the point of, or like what I'm trying to say exactly. I just felt like I should talk about this, because I think like people's relationship to the unconscious part of themselves is really interesting. Like, some people are scared of being unconscious. Some people love being unconscious, or it's the only pleasure that they think they can get, because, you know, their conscious life is so full of pain and struggle. But I think it's really important to recognize that, you know, wherever you are in your journey, or however you relate to your unconscious, it is what it is. And, you know, it exists as it exists. It's always going to try and do what it's going to try and do. And all you can do is try and do what you're trying to do. Like, just be nice to your unconscious. I think I'm trying to say. It's just a part of your brain, bro, and it's like, it's always gonna be there. And the more you treat it with love, the more likely you are to get to a better stage in your relationship with it. Because I feel like the more you treat something with love, the more you're allowing it to exist. And the more you deny the existence of the unconscious, the more unconscious you are. Yeah. Have a nice day.